Welcome everyone, all you KBC members, to the second edition of the Chairman's Chat with myself, Aidan. Lots to talk about today. It's been a busy month since we last chatted to you. Lots has happened, lots of shows, SA Champs. But before we get into it, big congratulations to Thomas van Rijckevorsel, world champion. He did it at Aachen, and on his return, we were here to say well done. This is what went down.
The FEI did not want to lose this generation of young athletes and put together the Youth Equestrian Games with exactly the same format as we would have had in Senegal. They offered it to many different venues, and Aachen, of all places, put their hand up to hold this incredible event. All of us as equestrians really have to be incredibly thankful to the FEI for everything they have done for Team Africa and for our sport, and for not allowing this generation of young athletes to miss out on the opportunity of competing at an international level.
The selection rounds were a series of selection rounds in South Africa. We all watched those with great anticipation. I think you had significant competition, but it's clear now that you've brought the gold medal home that in fact the selection process did work and the right person was sent to the competition. I watched your round and live and not in Aachen unfortunately, but on TV, and I must say I held my breath because indeed I thought it was an incredibly quick, courageous, bold round for an athlete of your age. I thought it was remarkable, and I'm sure we'll hear from Dominique and Thomas a little later exactly what that felt like.
Yes, it's all about Thomas. As Aidan said, we can now have a world champion. So you now follow in the footsteps of other world champions that have come out of South Africa, Thomas. So a huge congratulations. This first trophy is going to be a trophy that will always be a floating trophy with your name on it for the under 25s series that we're going to have by points. So whoever gets the highest points in the year, so please don't win it yourself. No, you can. But this floating trophy will always be here for perpetuity to whenever it goes on, and as long as your name will be held high in the annuals of South African Showjumping.
So everybody's dream, a rider's dream, is to be able to ride at Aachen, and it really is, I think, the pinnacle of everything other than the Olympic Games, which this was in the spirit of the Youth Olympic Games. So it was the most incredible thing.
First of all, I've never shaken the hand of a world champion. It's a privilege and an honor, and thank you for taking us on a journey. I'm going to put my chairman's hat on again from all of us at the Kyalami Park Club. Thank you for being one of our members. Thank you for making us proud. The mic is yours.
After drawing number one, I told everyone, I drew number one, it's a sign. And I was happy that I didn't go in the jump off. Because she would have been crazy on Saturday. So then on Saturday, I put on my lucky socks. I had my meal of champions, Smacks bread cereal, and then we went to the show and we walked the course, and we thought it looked lekker. And then I was number 17, so you can really watch. So we went straight to the stables, got ready, and she was calm that day. Riding her, I didn't know, but I knew. And then we went in the jump, we were waiting for the jump off, and Dom just said, go for it, you've got nothing to lose. So we went for it, and she was so good. And then, so
I've got a question for you. I was sitting on the side and I saw 2 of her shoes flying past her nostrils.
Yeah,
Did
to
you
the
see
last-
that? Did you see those shoes?
Yeah, so to the last, the one came past me like this, and I almost dodged it, or I tried to dodge it, and then after the last, the other one came off with an overreach boot. She was flying. And then I just want to say thank you to everyone. Omar. Okay, yeah, sorry. Thank you to everyone. Thank you to Omar. Without her, nothing would be possible. My parents, my family, everyone. And like Mr. Kemperman said, I'm living my dream, and I really did, or I still am. And no one can achieve a dream without the support system we have. And Dom, we met you 2 years ago, and you just changed everything, even our postal code. And yeah. This was as much your moment as mine. I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you to everyone who came with us on this journey, every comment, every message. Thank you for everyone here. And not even ESCOM can dim our passion. Thank you.
Further congratulations must go out to the newly crowned South African showjumping champion, Lisa Williams. She took the title here in the Peter Mini Arena not too long ago on her wonderful servant Campbell. It was the first time, can you believe it, that they were crowned South African showjumping champions. And on Equestrian Live, we got a chance to catch up with Lisa and talk to her about her win. So we've just seen the conclusion of the 2022 South African Showjumping Championship, and Lisa Williams is with me. You've got that monkey off your back, Lisa. How are you feeling?
I can't talk, I can smile and grin.
Absolutely brilliant.
I'm elated. It's a dream that's come true. I've planned it for years. I planned it a lot this week. And I was just lucky it came together. He's in great form. He's peaked this week. It's hard to keep an old horse peak fitness, top of his game all the time, and I got it right this week.
Yeah. What is the key there? I mean, he jumped 2 big rounds here, a big jump off and in the prize giving, on his toes, bucking, carrying on. So he's in good form.
He's very fit. Yeah, just consistent work, varied, consistent work.
Yeah. Tell me about today, because it's a big title, but it's a big question to ask a horse, because 2 full rounds over a big, testing, daunting track. That seemed pretty tough, because this line from 5 to 6 was catching a lot of people. To get that spot on twice and then have it in the jump off as well.
Well, especially because the first round I angled the white ox a little bit too much and got there too soon on the 7. The second round I got it spot on, and then in the jump off, if Ronnie Healy didn't lay it on the gauntlet and go on 6, which I had to match. So, but it's about the angle of the oxer, that you jump the oxer to how you're going to get to the double, I think.
Yeah. Well, we have your jump off round ready. You got a chance to see a bit of Ronnie's round, and what was going through your head then? Well, take us through your round. Let's go through your round and then we'll talk about that.
Okay, well, I knew I had to be going to the first one to get the 7 strides to number 2, because I watched Ronnie drop one there. Ronnie's turn back was very good, so I had to try and match that and be at a more of an angle than before to get the 6 strides and be waiting at the end to give him time to clear it behind, because that's his weakness. Then I knew I could be quicker at this one than Ronnie, give it a bit of room. Ronnie did 11 here, and I don't know what I did. Yikes. 9? Oh, wow.
You really, I mean, he pinned his ears back, came up that hill, absolutely flying, and you were just under 2 seconds in front of his time.
Oh, really?
So that's not just a win, that's a dominant performance.
I will tell you that if it wasn't for Ronnie going in front of me, I don't think I'd do that to the last. So it was pressure.
Yeah.
He did put the pressure on.
Yeah, but I mean, you rose to it, and as I say, the monkey's off your back, because this title has eluded you for some time.
Yeah, second 3 times, and a third.
Yeah, and
So-
a very close finish 2 years ago
Yes,
at
and last year.
Shongweni, and last year.
It's about time.
Yeah, it was your time.
Yeah, I did tell him yesterday and today that if he wanted to retire,
We
after
don't want to
winning,
hear about that.
There's
We
a
don't-
chance
no.
he could, but I don't think he does.
Well, I don't know, because there's still that outdoor Grand Prix title that's left to
but
win.
it was my deal.
But I think he's emphatically said no, the way that he was
Yeah.
bucking and carrying on.
Yeah.
He knows he's got Derby coming up. There's a Derby title to defend. I mean, realistically, the horse is still full of... There's still plenty left in that tank.
I hope
and he
so.
enjoys it,
No,
Lisa.
he loves it. He loves it.
So we don't want to hear talk of that.
Okay, but it was my bargaining tool. I had
Okay.
to have something.
Well, it worked, but I think he won it just because he wanted to win it. Now he's got
you.
another big title coming up, Derby. He's got to defend that. Outdoor Grand Prix next year. We
Okay.
want to see Campbell with the full. We want to
Monty.
see that collage. You know,
Okay.
with every title with his head in the middle. That's
We're gonna
that's
make
what we
one
want to
one
see
day
above
for
the
him.
fireplace.
Thank you, Aidan.
Congratulations! I can't be happier for you. There's nobody who deserves it more. There's no horse that deserves it more. I'm actually quite teary now.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the support. Thank you to all the viewers. Thank you to the sponsors. Thank you to Kep. Everybody, my family,
George.
of course, yes, and Dominique, who's been the long road with me, waiting for me to win this title. I did apologize it took so long.
But it's here now,
But
and
it's
that's what
here,
counts.
and thank you to everybody.
Brilliant stuff, Lisa Williams,
Thanks.
and your magnificent horse. Wow, what a legend he is. We said that in the broadcast, and that's not a term we use lightly. This horse and you are legends of this sport, ambassadors, and we are privileged to see you and him go in the ring every time you do. And when you come out on days like this, it just makes us happy. Makes me
Thank you.
especially happy, so thank you.
Thank you.
Lisa Williams, Protein Feeds Campbell's the winner of the South African Championships for 2022. They'll be out there defending their title in a few months' time. Come Derby, make no mistake. We look forward to that. Also flying the KPC and the South African flag very high, representing South Africa and the club over in Bulgaria as winners of last year's FEI World Jumping Challenge. They were first and second in their league, and they're doing us proud. Zandi Alcock and, of course, Alex Rick Hansen. Well done, girls. Well, it's been back-to-back shows here of late at KPC, but last weekend we hosted the Adult FEI World Jumping Challenge. This was leg number 3, and it was proudly sponsored by Midfeeds Tack and Togs. Representing Midfeeds Tack and Togs is Tammy. How are you, and how was the show?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for having me. We had a really good show. Overall, it was a great experience through us as the sponsor and all the riders that competed. Thank you for our VIP tent. It was much appreciated by Simon and Helen and all the sponsors.
You didn't get to go in there?
I did, just for a little while. Had to work. We had the stall and everything at the show. Congratulations to Kiara for winning the gold tour at the show. We were very proud, and we obviously had Michaela Martins on the podium as well in second. Very close timing and everything. It was a great show, so thank you.
Big congratulations to those members. And now the show overall for you guys, you're proudly associated with the show. You're going to be coming back for more?
Definitely. We were very welcomed by the whole team and everything. We will always be a close supporter of KPC as always. So thank you again.
Now, you have recently been gallivanting. You're back from Italy. What was all that about?
Yes, I've just been appointed as the new saddle fitter at Tack and Togs. I just spent a week at Aeroplus in Italy, where I did my final training with them through the factory, learning the ins and outs of the saddles. So I'm now up and running and can do all the saddles that are on the market.
So you're the new face for people to look out for in terms of the saddle fitting from the stall.
Yes, definitely.
With me is our show director, Heather Mpofu. And Heather, last time we chatted was just after Gauteng Champs. You've been busy since then.
Very busy. I mean, we've had back-to-back shows every single weekend. We have had something going on at the club.
We're working you hard.
Way too hard.
Heather, we've had some big shows, some really good shows. Afrizan was a huge success. Blair Athol, but then the big one, SA Champs. How many entries for that? How did we do? How did people enjoy the experience?
We had close to 3,000 entries, and it was a massive show. I mean, we ran 3 arenas, and with very big numbers. Still don't know how the judges managed to get through all the numbers every single day, but we did. It was amazing.
Very quickly, coming up, what's on the cards? Looking ahead in the next couple of weeks.
Okay, so in the next couple of weeks, we already have the KPC Festival, which is open and is sponsored by Equespro. And then the next 2 shows that will be coming out shortly will be the EPOL graded show at the beginning of September, the 3rd and 4th of September. And then the pre-derby, 17th and 18th of September, that's sponsored by Kuda Insurance. And then we are then going forward to the big one, which is the derby, and we've already started work on that one.
Don't forget, we are a multidiscipline club as well, so we also have the South African Showing Championships, which is coming our way, which is exciting.
This is my first SA adult showing champs, and it's going to be a big one. And not forgetting the Gauteng Dressage Champs.
I was about to say, we're going to get lynched by those dressage aunties if we don't mention the Gauteng Dressage Champs, which is also just around the corner and very exciting.
Very, very exciting. Lots of work has already started happening in the background. Entries for that are open. Lots of preparations, sponsors coming in, and everything. I can say, you know what, we are ready for the Gauteng Dressage Champs.
With me is Madeleine de Beer, our sponsorship liaison. There's quite a lot that we need to talk about, Madeleine. First of all, let's go back to the first chairman's chat and that beautiful wetlands, what should we call it, the wetlands saga, with the St. Lucia saga of the wall, with George the Pelican. We ran a poll. We said, would you like us to change the wall, period? Would you like us to say one side? Would you like us to both sides, or should we leave it? How's that poll looking?
So we currently have 60 people that have participated in the poll, and at the moment there's 60% that says yes, change it completely. There's the 13% that says change one side, and the rest says leave it as is. So it's a categorical please change it, but I think having 60 people participate in a poll to change a whole wall is a little bit too little. I think we need more participation. If we can get to like 100 people, that would be great.
Okay, so we're going to try and get to 100 people. Once we're over 100 people, we have a look at the poll again. To go onto that poll, what do you need to do? Because I've had some people saying, oh, we need our membership numbers and we don't know where to find that. Where do people find their membership numbers, and why do they need their membership numbers?
Yeah. If you click on the link, you have to put your membership number in, and the reason why we do that is we want to make sure that you are a member of the club when you are participating, and that we don't have to have duplication of participation.
So where do people find their membership numbers?
Their membership numbers are on their profiles, on their online profile on our online system. So you just go log into your online system, and it's right at the very top of your profile.
Excellent. Right. So just to recap, we are still looking into that poll. We need at least 100 people to participate. If it comes out that we're going to change the wall, then we're going to hand it back to the members and say, right, it's your turn now to design the wall. We'll run another poll or a competition even about designs of that wall, and we'll get it done. But right now we're a little bit shy on votes. Now let's move on to membership cards. Again, in the first chairman's chat, we spoke about the Showwave application for membership cards. Just let's recap.
Yeah, so in the first chairman's chat, we did take everybody through the process on the link to click on, so you can download your membership card on Showwave. The link was sent out as part of the initial information and communication sent out for the first chairman's chat. I would like to refer people back to that chairman's chat, please, to go and listen to it, go and download all the links from there, download your membership card from the Showwave link. We do have, as you guys all know, the Buckin Bob that are already participating, giving 10% discount if you come and dine at the Buckin Bob, 5% at the various show catering points, and that's been very popular. People are really coming through and taking their 10% discount at the Buckin Bob, so it's been really great.
Now, if anybody wants to be part of KPC as a sponsor in any way, shape and form, we've got jump sponsors, we've got class sponsors, show sponsors, all sorts of associate sponsors. What do they have to do?
All they have to do is email admin@kyalamiparkclub.co.za. They can also just go onto our Facebook page, click on the little WhatsApp button, and it will send a WhatsApp straight to the correct number and just say, please contact me. I do want to be part as a sponsor. And you can also find us on our website.
With me is the KPC club manager, Jeanette Schultz. And Jeanette, we're going to be talking about refunds for shows. Some shows are able, when cancellations happen due to whatever reason, inclement weather or whatever the case may be, to refund 100% of entries. KPC has been criticized in the past as only being able to give back 80% of entries, but there are reasons for that. What are those reasons?
Aidan, I think the biggest reason is that we are actually an NPO. We are not a profit-making business. We do not have any other source of income. We don't have stables. We don't have livery. We are purely a shareholding venue, and that is how we maintain our arenas, so to speak. The other reason, if you don't mind, I'm going to just give you a bit of an illustrative value here. If we were to take a show where the entry is 400 Rand a round, which is what it usually is, and if we were to work with only 100 entries, once we have finished taking off the pay fast fees and the VAT, because not all shareholding bodies are registered for VAT, but we are, once we take off the VAT, we're actually only left with 334 Rand out of that entry. If we are now to refund 100%, which is the 400 Rand per entry, we're actually making a 6,500 Rand loss over every 100 entries. Whereas if we refund 80%, over 100 entries, we're sort of left with about 1,500 Rand in the kitty. And from those, we do actually have expenses. We already have a jock expense, which works out at about up to 4,500 Rand for a 2-day show.
Just explain, what exactly is a jock certificate and what goes into that?
A jock certificate is issued by the municipality that you are operating in. So we fall under Johannesburg Metro. So for that, we then have to present to the jock in Johannesburg City Centre a file which includes our fire certificates, our acceptability for preparation of food, our medics plan, our waste and sanitation. Basically, they want to know that everything is being dealt with in accordance with the bylaws. And we cannot have an event without that jock. Some venues are lucky enough to get away with only having to do one jock for the entire year. Unfortunately, not for KPC, because we have a vast capacity. And I think that's what makes a difference, is that we have a capacity of 5,000 people. So we're out there in the spotlight with the jock.
When you do have cancellations or have to postpone shows, you still got to pay those officials, right?
If the officials have arrived for the day, we've still got to pay them something, even if it's just their traveling. Obviously, our medics will be here first thing in the morning. We've got to pay them something. Our runners that have gotten up at 4:30 in the morning to get here, we've got to reimburse them for travel. So at the end of the day, even though we're only reimbursing 80%, we are actually still running at a slight loss.
Now, speaking about 4:30 in the morning, if it's a rainy, stormy night, it was a dark and stormy night over KPC, would there or wouldn't there be a show? Watch this space. We've come under criticism as well, as maybe those comms go out a little bit too late, but it's not as easy. We don't have somebody sleeping on the premises. Who are the people that need to get up to do the inspection? What time does that inspection happen?
So generally I'm here first and I have a look at the arenas, and then I obviously need to refer to Heather, who is the show director, or if it's a national show or an FEI show, obviously I have to consult with the ground jury on that. We can only inspect the arenas once it's light. I have tried looking at the arenas with headlights of the car, with a torch. You actually cannot really see what's going on. You need to have a little bit of light. So particularly in winter, it takes a little bit longer just to get that decision made. Also, 9 times out of 10, our arenas are actually perfect. It's our warm-ups that are taking a bit of a brunt from the rain.
But we are looking at that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Stay tuned.
Now, with regard to arenas, let's now touch on dressage, because last time we chatted, we were planning a dressage ride and go that was to happen with the Blair Athol show, which has been and gone. It went ahead. How did the ride and go?
A little bit disappointing, Aidan, actually, in that we only had 24 entries. We did expect that we would get a little bit more. However, that said, we did only open it to our members. A lot of our members have said, no, we should actually look at opening it to non-members as well, perhaps for a slightly higher entry fee. So that's definitely something we'll look at. But I think those who came and rode, I think they had a good time. There was some stiff judging. And, well, for those who rode, they had a good time.
But the ride and goes are going to continue. We're going to push forward with them. Maybe people didn't know it was happening. I know that there were other events that were happening on that weekend. So we're going to, you're never going to start off strong. We've got to build from here. So there will be more. So for dressage riders out there, watch the space.
Absolutely. There will be more. We will fit them in whenever we can. And we are listening to you. Pop us an email. We'll see what we can do to accommodate you whenever we can.
Thanks for watching this second edition of the KPC Chairman's Chat. Don't forget, get your KPC registration number, get onto our poll, vote for that wall. We're here to serve. Should you want that wall changed, let us know. We do need 100 votes or more. Watch out for our upcoming shows. And if you've got anything on your mind, questions, queries, suggestions for any of us here at Kyalami Park Club, do get online. You can email admin at kyalamiparkclub.co.za, manager at kyalamipark.co.za, or Aidan, A-I-D-A-N, at kyalamiparkclub.co.za. Until next time, which hopefully will be in the next month, maybe even the next fortnight, we'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.